Thank you, good sir. Yes, indeed. The last map deciding this series. Space Station Gaming and FaZe Clan. The winner advances with the #1 seed. The loser forced to a best of 1 to try to make it out of their respective groups. FaZe Clan's going to be starting on the attacking side. And so far, while Baby Bay has worked up towards A, the rest of his team, or at least the Spike, nowhere to be seen.
Wait, did I call it? Did I call Corey on Breach? Oh my god, I've got the biggest brain in the world. Okay, hold on. Let's get that ego down. Let's let that simmer a little bit. But we are seeing, like Shift pointed out, a couple of compositional changes. Breach on both sides and Raze on both sides. Something that can definitely be quite handy on a map like Split, where you're going to be working on some tighter corners, some tighter angles, and Raze can be very handy in clearing those out. But just as Breach can, in providing some additional clearing out mechanics with the aftershock and the fault line, and we'll see that be put to use here.
Well, there it is. You called it. Boostio's going to get flashed up. He's going to be forced to back off, and FaZe Clan's going to work their way in through heaven. And it wasn't just pushing Boostio off. NSG's taken out as well. That's going to give them full control
30
of the
seconds
B-side,
left.
and it's going to be on Space Station to fight for a retake.
Now they start to funnel in, and they're going to have Marv go up there, up towards the Raptors there, and just right as he swings the corner, Boostio will take him down, still down to the 2v3 with the time ticking away. Boostio alongside his compadre, Seth, going to start to push forward. That's going to be the issue that they have to work with Zachary from above, but it's not enough. Space Station Gaming in a very important round #1. The pistol in their hands, they went deadly close, down to the wire with one more player remaining.
Yeah, that was spicy, and again, it was all unlocked because of Heaven control. Like, them being able to push off the defender up in Heaven allowed them to get onto the site. Ultimately, they lost the retake. So things worked out really well for Space Station, but keep a close eye on that Heaven spot, especially when you see how often teams are willing to invest a lot for mid-map control. That unlocks everything. Defensively, we see a couple of different looks. We can see someone specifically playing in mid. We can see him play over on the other side of ropes in A Heaven and in B Heaven and just give up mid. But either, like, there are just a couple of different ways to play this on the attacking side.
And my correction, it's not Corey on the Breach. Yeah, I'm not the biggest brain in the world. It is Corey on the Raised. But still, nevertheless, they have the agents highlighted by Shift in both compositions, and that is the most important thing to note, that they are not only a one-trick pony, and they've got adaptations to their game that they're willing to bring to the forefront. Of course, so far, so good here for the side of Space Station Gaming. The force up for FaZe Clan not really working out too well, as now it is just down to the 4v3 with Space Station Gaming having a man advantage. Marv's going to be leading the charge towards this Heaven side on the A site. Kaplan going to be the first responder. I don't know if he's going to survive or he's just going to get it to be piece. We'll have to wait and see.
You say leading the charge. Charge might be a strong word here. As they are just waiting at the bottom of ropes. They're waiting to clear that out. Now they're going to go. They're going to get knocked up a little bit here, CC'd, but they're going to push their way onto Heaven. Nonetheless, you talked about whether or not Cap was going to be able to do anything. No, he is not, as he's going to be taken out and sitting on the sideline for the rest of the round. FaZe Clan looking to push the situation over onto A as Space Station rotates from screens.
Like, of course, being planted. Corey waiting on the opposite side. The Stinger does the best, and that's be a problem. He's going to find one, but Stefanitsky have other plans in store. Just down to one final player, Rockison. He's playing Ring Around the Rosie. That tower is tall enough for him to hide behind. Now, as he flanks right behind him, he's going to find one. Switches to the Spectre. And now he's got everything that he needs. He's cooking. He's alive. He's cooking. He's looking for that final pick. Spike's ticking. All he needs to do is play for time. It's in the corner, so he can wait it out. Pre-fire, another defuse. All he needs to do is buy time. That's all he's got to do. He puts the smoke in. Now he's going to start to defuse. All they need is pings. Pings, where's the ping? Where's the ping? There's the swing. There's going to be it. He finds him. Oh, and he's got enough time to defuse. Super close there for Rockus. Tried to find the pick there. The defuse just worked out for Insky. Played that masterfully for Space Station Gaming. But now, after the force-up, FaZe Clan likely not going to be able to buy in this particular instance.
Yeah, and I don't know how much Space Station's going to be able to bring as well, as they lost a lot of members there. So you look at, like, Cap is down to 16. Boostio doesn't have a ton to work with either. Seth's going to be bringing a Bulldog and a utility, I presume. So it was still, while it was a win for Space Station, it was a costly one at that, and FaZe kept it very interesting. That's one of the benefits you see to forcing up, and FaZe Clan has shown us time and time again that they have no problem with forcing up after losing the pistol round. It may have not resulted in a round win there, but it put a severe dent into Space Station's economy.
We'll see how FaZe Clan operate on this particular round. We have Marv. It's going to be the first entry point, the first pick as well. It does go his way, and that's the Sheriff in his hand. Now he's going to upgrade to a Judge, and on the opposite side was Kaplan. He's going to have to deal with the Judge, and unfortunately for him, he deals with it the only way that he can, which is death. Now it's down to 3 final players here for Space Station Gaming, and they're going to funnel towards this B site. They've got a player in the back corner. It's Insky, and Corey's going to deal with that in a matter of maybe 1 second, maybe 2, maybe 3, maybe none. He's going to get taken out by Insky. Still Zachary finds him from Rage. Spike going down, and out down to 2v3.
We'll see what Space Station has as far as retakes, especially knowing they don't have the personnel really to go about this. They're outnumbered, and FaZe Clan, it does have one player that's notably weak, so it's not, for all intents and purposes, over, but it looks like they're both going to try to mosey their way over onto Heaven and then drop down from there. Seth trying to get the camera, get a little bit of intel. You see the Lear has been used as well as they get onto the site. The Rolling Thunder's going to try to delay things at least for a little bit. Marv with the Judge is able to take care of business, and Zachary follows up and delivers some as well. FaZe Clan win an important round.
Yeah, and that was obviously also off of the back of not having most ideal weaponry in shop. They just forced up on that second round. They brought pistols to the gunfight there, and they were able to play that masterfully, and it was off of the back of the team member on FaZe Clan that does the dirtiest job. Marv finds the first pick in the mailroom, picks up the Judge, says goodnight to Kaplan, and the rest is almost relatively history. There was a little bit of a scuffle on the site itself, but Marv doing wonders for FaZe Clan.
Oh, look at how aggressively Space Station is playing us on the defending side. They're all funneling in, and that's exactly where FaZe Clan is. But baby, oh, he's gonna get blood. He is gonna get taken out. However, his kills are trading back and forth, and chaos ensues. But it's Zachary who comes up with 3. He's met with the man in the mirror, and it's Seth. He's able to take him out as well. He's gonna use the ult, but he's still outnumbered, and the Spike is on the other side of the map.
Yeah, and for some reason, Corey is trying to see if he's rotating through ramp and gonna go take the defender spawn route. But, you know, for the side of Space Station Gaming, Seth is actually lurking up through the middle, which Corey's about to find him momentarily. We'll see how Seth does end up playing it. He does want to be a little bit more safer. But Sightline, of course, does spot him out from Corey. A great position to be in, especially as he's lurking up towards Heaven. A moment too soon or a moment too early, he would have definitely missed him. And so good round there from FaZe Clan, but still a good attempt from Space Station Gaming. They bring the issue to FaZe Clan and make it expensive. And you're seeing that, well, I mean, it's they still have a lot of money, but for the most part, they tried to make it expensive, and they took weapons out of the hands of FaZe Clan to stop the economy from ballooning any further.
Yeah, you know, Baby Bay in that corner with the Judge could have been disastrous, Simo, and he only got 1, but that, I mean, as they're funneling in right across his crosshair, that could have certainly been worse. Once again, we see Baby Bay on the Jett, and with the op, we questioned, given the changes of the cost of the op, would we still see it as frequently? So far, it's working. Corey's gonna get caught, unfortunately, with a little bit of utility in hand, not what you want to bring to a gunfight, and he gets taken out. Baby Bay with the op, making it sing. He takes care of Broken.
Now, we definitely see that the question that we had at the beginning of the tournament, whether or not the Jett operator is going to be impactful, going to be no. And yeah, I'll have you ask that question to Baby Bay during his interview after he just uses it to great success, finds 2 picks to open up this ace site, and now the rest of Space Station Gaming gonna save their weaponry, back up to a corner of the map, hide, protect themselves, save those guns, and FaZe Clan gonna take the lead in this first half.
Yeah, not even trying to play for exits, as they really just kind of give up and punt and give away the whole thing. But this is going to be a round in the pocket of FaZe Clan. Again, they lost map 1 on Ascent. It was early on Space Station Gaming. They got up huge at half. I want to say it was like 9-3. Ultimately, they came up a bit short. They lost 13-10. But since then, FaZe Clan did the dirty work, gave Space Station the business in map 2, and now they're still continuing to show that they're picking up right where they left off. FaZe Clan FaZe Clan look good right now, right? When we think about the series, right, and the entire timeline across that, I've got to lean towards FaZe Clan.
Oh. 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 Okay. I feel like I was watching like an episode of Ninja Warrior, American Ninja Warrior, whatever it's called. I was like, oh, is he gonna make it over? Oh, no. So, FaZe Clan, they win that round. Space Station Gaming off of some difficult buys. They got to make some decisions. They'll be able to force up this round. It's not going to be great. Boostio's got the Guardian, which we, since the slight buffs that have kind of come in patch after patch, we haven't seen too much of it. But I'd imagine it's not a horrible buy. It just depends on how much money you have. But I think I'd argue people would still want the Phantom or the Vandal with light armor instead of the Guardian. They'd be willing to take the light armor instead of the purchase of the Guardian and heavy armor, right? I'd imagine that's a decision you might come across frequently. But at least in this instance, we're going to see the Guardian in play on Boostio. But so far, we got to look at Roka. He's got to worry about Corey, who pushes in, dismissed down. He's still going to be in a little bit of trouble. Marv goes down, drops down right on him. Takes him down. Now it's the 4v4 as they funnel in towards his ace.
They established having control. They're going to be coming in from a couple of different sites as well. But Cap, the first one there, he's able to take care of Marv, and he takes care of Rockus. And on top of that, to add insult to injury, they know exactly where the spike is. Furthermore, he has the Rolling Thunder in his back pocket. Should he choose to avail himself of that resource, never mind.
Wow.
Baby Bay just removes that from the conversation entirely.
He's just cracked. Okay? He's just cracked. That's it. There's no strategy. There's no tactics. There's no excuse. He is cracked. And that's somebody I'd be I'd be scared of starting to push up towards this heaven side. We do see Boostio use the showstopper, and NSG will be able to take out the cracked Jett player, Baby Bay, from above. SSG tie us up 3-3. This is a back and forth matchup. Normally when you see something like this, Doug, we tend to see that second half look very one-sided. I don't know who is going to favor. I don't know which side it's going to really be a little bit more helpful towards. But when we see a back and forth like this, somebody takes the lead in the second half. So we'll have to see who does end up edging forward. So far, it's been back and forth between these two teams. Nobody wants to be the second seed coming out into playoffs.
Well, nobody wants to run the risk of not even making it out, right? Like, you drop this, you still have to play Mamba mode to make it out, and that's certainly never a done deal. So we'll see these two squads obviously very well matched here in the opening 6 rounds of this deciding map. We've seen FaZe Clan show us a couple of different things, and they showed that they were at least able to work their way through mid last time. We'll see if they're able to repeat that success.
No challenges. Gaming heavy stacks towards this A site. 3 members strong. FaZe Clan want nothing to do with it. Boostio's posted up with the op. This is a great angle, but unfortunately, he's out of commission for the rest of the round. There is a player down below, NSG. He will find one for his troubles, but he still has to wait for 3 on the road. They're on their way towards this B site, which the spike is, of course, being planted. SSG have a very difficult retake.
Planted.
The Rolling Thunder that I mentioned earlier, that Baby Bay so quickly disposed of, is still an option here, and there it is. That's going to roll things out. You hear the ult has been used in exchange for that by Corey. Corey looks like he's holding that angle. Hasn't popped out yet because he's still CC'd. Oh my gosh, he's able to get 2! Kaplan to Roker, drop, he gets 4. Give him the ace, baby! What a huge round from FaZe Clan!
That is one of those rounds where you don't feel good. You don't feel good, man. Eesh. That felt like food poisoning, man. You're gonna be up all night yakking up. That is just, yeah. This does not feel good. Corey is just gross with it. That's a beautiful, beautiful use of his utility there. Now FaZe Clan back up by 1, but this is a round where I think they can really steal away the lead. Space Station Gaming. I mean, the last time they had an eco, they sweated it up down towards that A side entryway, and they found a couple of picks, but they couldn't find the round. I'd imagine this is another one of those rounds. They're funneling towards the middle, but nobody saw it.
Well, not yet. Now Marvin is showing up. They knocked, he answered, and he's still alive, at least for now. As he tries to reposition, he's able to get 1, gonna get traded out. However, the amount of guns was just too much for Marv there.
Yeah, they'll actually pick that up off the ground, and Inskee's going to be the one that has it. Unfortunately, Zachary sends him a parting gift from range from the sewers. Now it's just down to 3, but still Space Station Gaming. I know that FaZe Clan are aware that there is an X factor amongst them, and that is the fact that Roka is still alive. He unfortunately does not have his second favorite weapon, but he's got his favorite weapon, which is the Sheriff, and you're seeing it being put to use here. FaZe Clan down to the 2v2. Baby Bay answers back, but he's posted up in the back corner, and he's got to play with the Sheriff from close range, as the Operator has to also play from close range, and Baby Bay does find the answer. Raucus, what a beautiful crossfire set up in the post plant. FaZe Clan now up by 2.
Yeah, and I think you called it out so well, Simo. It was the crossfire. He had no choice. He knew that there were going to be members on both sides of him, but he had to go. So he rolls the dice, looks right, and he gets hit with a shell to the face. It was just a difficult situation there for him, and the outcome was almost guaranteed there. So FaZe Clan putting up another one. That's now 5 in this half for them, but now Space Station is going to have guns. They're able to buy full. It's close. There were a couple of members that bought down to 0, I believe, but they've got to pull something off here to keep this thing competitive, to keep going back and forth.
I think regardless of a map being defender-sided or not, FaZe Clan are very comfortable in the attack. That's something that we've seen time after time after time. They love to play on the attacker side because they have the liberty of choosing the set plays that they want to play. When you're defense, you're stuck with how you want to defend. Yeah, you could stack more to one side or to the other. You could try to peek aggressively and find an early pick, but it's the attack that get the liberty to do that every round and have that freedom. And so for FaZe Clan, they like that type of freedom. You could see it in the way that they play. Even on the defense, they force the issue. They split, they cut off one side of the map by trying to push forward and trying to figure out where are these players playing by using their own bodies to push forward. And we're seeing how comfortable they are on the attack. Space Station Gaming are still able to chip away round after round and find small glimpses of opportunities to keep it competitive.
Yeah, and this one looks difficult because Corey's on the opposite side of the map. He was able to get one, and Zachary followed suit as well. Raze versus Raze, excuse me, on the opposite side of the map goes in favor of Boostio. The spike is still over towards A. They're going to try to funnel their way in. Kaplan's going to be last line of defense, and he gets cleaned up. You hear the Rolling Thunder has been used as well as they try to fight onto the site, but the clock is important here. It's
10 seconds left.
They're still going to get that spike down. The spike, of course, now officially has been secured. And they ping it out, too. It's in a really tough spot as well. But once Baby Bay has a great sight line, it's going to be super difficult for boys in yellow to pop through. It is the combination that Space Station Gaming love to use. And unfortunately for Baby Bay, those shots aren't crispy. But for Rockets, they are. Now it's down to the 1v1. FaZe Clan up by 3. Find themselves in a 2v2 scenario and come out none the wiser. FaZe Clan now leading by 3 with 3 rounds remaining in this half. Can SSG claw their way back?
And I think the exceptionally important thing about that was that they kept the op. So Baby Bay's going to get another one without having to spend any money on it. 5,000 credits are saved there. And for Space Station, they're down to nothing, Simo. They're down to Sheriffs, a little bit of armor across the board, but certainly not the situation you want to be in here. So if you're Space Station, we talked early on, or you did actually, you called it out perfectly early on about how these teams are just going back and forth, back and forth. Now, ahead of forecast, it's FaZe Clan who has begun to pull away, and it doesn't look like this train is going to be slowing down anytime soon.
You know, I know that it's been a while since the FaZe Clan Valorant Invitational, but it was at that tournament that FaZe Clan were trying to make it out of this same group style, and they had to go up against China Win at the time, now known as Equinox. They had to go up against them after losing to them earlier on in the group stage, and they beat them on split in a very convincing manner, but they started off super slow in their own tournament. This is a map that I think that they can also be known for or very comfortable with, but still have to deal with the fact that you're up against Space Station Gaming, who on eco rounds, on gun rounds, can be a problem. So far, we're seeing that come to fruition here.
Well, Rock is doing what he can to keep it at bay, but the Sheriffs sing again as Baby Bay and Rockets are put behind bars. FaZe Clan's down to 2 members left. Space Station in the eco. So far, so good.
Okay.
30 seconds left.
Zachary
One
down to one final player. Seth.
No one to interrogate.
Take him down. FaZe Clan now up by 4. Pick up that operator as well, but SSG will be back to the gun round in moments to follow. We've got 2 more rounds remaining. For SSG, this is an important round. I'm going to assume that there's going to be not a lot of players that'll have credits to spend in the round to follow. It'll be relatively enough,
This goes here.
but it might not be the full package, and that's ultimately what they're going to want to end up with.
Oh, this is nice.
Currently looking at how this half could end, I could very well see FaZe Clan finish 9-3, but I could also see Space Station Gaming finding an opportunity, maybe giving us an 8-4. Best case scenario 7-5, but I think very unlikely considering how this half is unfolding.
Space site. They're playing off of it so hard. See, he's flashed up. Oh, he's gonna miss the op, and Cap punishes his teammate for it. Cap does get taken out, however, at the hands of Zachary. But even given the fact that there weren't a ton of resources over on A initially, FaZe Clan still has not worked their way onto the site. There's the showstopper. It's not going to be stopping anything this time around, as BabyBay still with the op continues to keep things problematic for Space Station.
Yeah, but dirty jobs need a dirty player to get him done. Marv already back behind enemy lines, and he's going to find one, but unfortunately he is the one that is found. Seth take him down. Now FaZe Clan are dealt with a really difficult hand to work with. Blazestorm, of course, has been popped and can be a problem if done correctly. BabyBay can be leading that charge as the flash now starts to come through. He's going to be looking for an opportunity to hop in. Does see one blinded. It's Boostio down to the 3v3 as they make things evened out. BabyBay deep in heaven. Roka will be able to find Rockets. Now BabyBay needs to come out victorious here. He cannot. It's down to one final player, and FaZe Clan fell apart one player at a time. An unsuccessful push. Give SSG some hope. Zachary, I don't imagine he's going to be able to come out victorious here, but how much damage can he get done with 15 seconds left remaining on the clock?
And 33 health, of all things.
10 seconds left.
BabyBay drop the op because he... Okay, that's plenty of damage. That'll help. He drops the op. BabyBay, excuse me, drops the op in order to go aggressive with the Bladestorm, and that's what ended up in the hands of Zachary. But finally, I think it had been 3 or 4 rounds in a row even, where FaZe Clan had been able to get an op into the hands of BabyBay time and time again. It looks like this time BabyBay's just going to buy it outright. He's got the dollars to do so should he choose to, but that ultimately is what proved to be a difficult situation. He didn't have gunfire to work with at the end of that round. He was able to get 1 kill, but as outnumbered as he was, it was just difficult for FaZe Clan. So Space Station winning a big one. If we can get to 7-5, like you said, that's huge for Space Station.
BabyBay flashed off. Another flash about to come through. They're hoping that they can find an early pick here, but actually one will sneak in. Kaplan finds himself trying to get that ult orb. They hear it, they smell it, and they take it down exactly as they clear things out. Marv will find a pick towards the middle. He's going to try to chase one down. Kaplan funnels all the way back towards the site, and just as Marv makes his way on, he will be taken down as well. Nobody said a dirty job is going to be easy, and so he's going to be sitting out the rest of this round. Down to the 3v4 with FaZe Clan on a man advantage. Are going to be deciding where they want to get that spike down. So far, SSG has committed a lot of those resources towards the B site, but understandably so. They've got a lot of utility towards the A site camera, tripwires, and all, so they can safely leave Seth to be a distraction. Trying to stall for time. Kaplan and Boostio, on the other hand, are going to have to deal with FaZe Clan's interest in this site momentarily. Doug, this would be a really difficult round to win for SSG, but definitely get the job done.
My ult's not
Well, there we go. Corey with the showstopper is going to
left.
deliver, and it's going to take care of Kaplan. If it was hard before, it's certainly harder now. The spike is going to go down too.
Planted.
Off the hands of Cap. Space Station just down to 2 left. Boostio keeping an eye to see if anyone's going to be coming around the flank. We know that there's no cause for concern. We'll see if Seth is able to get anything going here as he pushes in onto the site. FaZe Clan are just so well set up here. Yeah, yep. It was just insanely difficult. Corey with a huge 4K to pocket.
Switching sides.
FaZe Clan, the last round going into half. They've got to feel good here going into the second half.
Yeah, Corey is just cracked. Corey is a spectacular player for FaZe Clan, and you know, from what I've heard, especially once that roster was initially formed, A lot of individuals within the competitive community were saying that he's got some of the best aim in North America. But I think FaZe Clan are pretty evenly talented. You got Baby Bay, you've got Marv, you got Zachary. It's a scary team on paper. And we're seeing what that paper looks like round after round. FaZe Clan have done a great job in that first half, and now the pistol for the second. Winning the pistol would potentially put them at 10-4, a great position moving into this second half. So Space Station Gaming need to make sure they bring that to a halt as soon as they can.
Well, you know what's crazy is that was Zachary on Cypher lighting things up on the attacking side, right? Like, he's leading his team for frags. That's not something you generally expect to say from a Cypher of all things. Now he's on the defending side. We'll see. Conventional wisdom says he's going to be able to tally that up and light up the scoreboard even more, but we'll see how it plays out. So far, the spike looked like it was going to work its way towards male, and might still be the case, but no, they're going to go ahead and drop out through ropes, and it looks like they're going to try to hit A.
They do have to worry about Zachary on the opposite side. He might see a couple of toesies. That's going to be a cage that comes through, and he does hear membership in the area. So he's going to back away. He does have support relatively from Baby Bay, who's worked his way up towards the sewers. Corey flanks around from the attacker spawn. They are all over the map, and now Marv's going to do the dirty job of stopping the push. Unfortunately, his job is he's fired. He's already out of commission. Now it's down to the 4v4. Roka going to stop the push from Rokas. He's going to try to push forward and takes him down with the hands of Boostio. Now the 4v3 retake for FaZe Clan. They're coming from all sorts of angles, trying to take him down. Roka already out of commission, so that's good news for FaZe Clan. Bad news for Space Station Gaming as they're starting to fall apart one at a time. One more player remains. It's Boostio. FaZe Clan dominate and find all the picks they need to secure the round.
Timo, you mentioned in the last half that FaZe Clan seemed very comfortable on the attacking side, right? And it may not necessarily matter what map they're on, their attack is just good. But we're seeing, and mind you, it was just one round, so small sample size, but we're seeing once again how good FaZe Clan is at fighting for the retake, right? Just like on the last map, FaZe Clan is flooding in from all sorts of different places to fight for the retake. In Space Station, while they weren't able to handle the retake fight from FaZe in the previous map, so far, again, just one round, I understand, but that was a lot of the same that we saw in the last map. So keep a close eye on that. Look at how well FaZe Clan plays the map when they're fighting for a retake.
I'll have to keep an eye on that, and we'll see how long we have the opportunity to keep an eye on that. Of course, FaZe Clan winning that round means that they are sitting pretty. They're soft buy for Space Station Gaming. We know them force up on that second round time and time again. I can't recall if they actually did this time around, but with the sheriffs in hand, they definitely thought something. Now as they tried to hop onto the site, Marv will trade. Rockets is also be a part of that discussion, and yeah, I don't have to talk anymore as the round's over. FaZe Clan stop them dead in their tracks in heaven on the B site. Now Space Station Gaming can sit pretty with their weapons that they've purchased.
And it looks like FaZe is just going to roll with what they have here. You still see three Spectres across the board. You got a Sheriff, you got a Judge. Like, they don't have to buy up because of how well that round went for them. So while, yes, in this round, they're going to be at an artillery disadvantage because they're going to be going up against Phantoms and Vandals, from an economic perspective, they're set up for long-term success, right? And then while you look at Space Station Gaming, they're buying all the way in here. So you lose this, and that's another difficult situation. You really set yourself up, if you're FaZe Clan, to severely impact Space Station's economy if you're able to win this round, still on the light buy.
Once again, FaZe Clan, what are you doing? What are you doing? I don't know how, but you're doing things, and you're doing it well. That's two picks with this aggressive push through the middle. I think FaZe Clan, one of their big strong suits, is that they confuse teams on how they play. They haven't run a set play down the middle yet, and they just did. And they also had a round where they killed somebody in the attacker spawn. And then Baby Bay also came from the sewers. They've got, like, they love the attack so much because they have the freedom to play, and they try to institute that into their defensive play, and it doesn't always work out. But this round, it is working out masterfully. Holy smokes, reaction time.
Okay, Space Station, with 35 seconds left, still have to make their way onto a site,
30
looks like
seconds
they're
left.
Still playing up the middle. I would assume they're going to try to cheat towards A, but it just depends on what happens to Seth. If he gets caught, they'll know that they can work their way over to B. It looks like they're considering doing that anyway. Yep, Seth goes down. You see him immediately like, oh crap, go back, go back, go back. We made a mistake. So now they're going to work their way over onto B. They still have to get the spike down.
10 seconds
but once
left.
again, Simo, they're outnumbered,
remaining.
and FaZe is going to be able to fight for the retake. This time the spike doesn't even go down, and there's not going to be enough time for it to go down. FaZe can just wait it out, or Baby Bay can do that. He just drops the sentencing from the judge from the top ropes, takes him out. Space Station Gaming drop another one. FaZe Clan, we talked about whether or not they'd be able to win that round on that light buy still, and freaking A, they delivered. They're sitting so comfortably right now financially.
I didn't know there was a patch where they gave Jett helicopter wings because Baby Bay was in the skybox. He was sitting on a cloud before he took out Boostio. Holy smokes. FaZe Clan are sweating so hard for this win. And it's paying off. Coming out as the first seed, you know, this is a team that had a lot of question marks. That's the truth. That's just factual. They did decent. Their first showing was good, but they needed to show a lot more. And here they are. Good practice for them against Space Station Gaming. Who
Baby Bay.
We'll have to see how Baby Bay finds one to start. But unfortunately, the tailwind. No, he's got to run. He's got to run. He can't escape. The FaZe Clan things will go down to the 3v3. We'll see how the rest of the round unfolds.
All right, so Space Station should be able to get onto the site here, and they should be able to get the spike down. They don't have any ults to work with, but neither does FaZe Clan. The one thing is, again, FaZe Clan, look at how they're freaking Asimo. They're doing it again. They push in from so many different angles that it's really difficult to fight when it comes to fending off the retake. Now they've got Raucus, and they've got one more player, on this coming in from the defending side. Marv, thank you. And then they're going to have the Raze who's going to be pushing in as well. It's so difficult to fend this off. We'll see if Space Station's able to keep them at bay.
Yep, they find one early. Now it's going to allow the rest of the team to push through. The spike, of course, is ticking, so they need to make quick work of the members on site. And boy, do they down to one final player. Insky, who's waiting down below with the Phantom, but he's got to be careful. He got a pesky little Raze from behind. Corey will be there. 4 seconds remaining on the clock. FaZe Clan up by 8.
Match point.
They've won the first 4 rounds of this second half, and like I said at the beginning, it was going to be back and forth. It was going to be a tug and pull, tug of war between these two teams. But once we got to that second half, things were going to flop on its head. And FaZe Clan have definitely shown that. The gun round here for Space Station Gaming, it's do or die. And there's an op in the hands of Baby Bay. He's got an ultimate as well available. Raucus has one more that he needs to get his ultimate. This is a scary round for SSG.
The one thing for them is they have guns here, right? But that's really all they've got going. They have a couple of ults to work with as well to try to equalize things. Baby Bay is able to retreat to safety there in what could have been a very, very, very bad situation, but he's able to stay alive. We'll see how they choose to play this. As again, Space Station Gaming is facing serious problems here in Marv. Holy smokes, Marv. But he just won't go away.
Man, Marv doing his best micro for real. He's doing the dirty jobs and he's doing them well. Raucus is going to find one. Rocco will trade things away. Empress is still available. He might want to pop it, but there's the Blade Storm. Roka alongside Boostio now. It's just down to the 2v3. You hear the hunt? It's now time to start. Roka's trying to find himself in a position, but he's all on his lonesome in a 1v3. If there's somebody that can do it, it's him. But it's not Zachary. Right in the face of danger. Right in the face of adversity. FaZe Clan show up big and make their way to the playoffs as the first seed, taking down Space Station Gaming. A hard-fought series between these two teams, but FaZe Clan will be your